In Valletta, Malta, researcher Emiliano Sacchetti has arranged a guided tour of the underground part of the city, built by the Knights of Malta in 1565. The new fortification included a vast network of underground tunnels dug out of limestone bedrock, offering not only a safe haven during times of war, but also secure storage facilities and elaborate cisterns for collecting and controlling water. Some researchers suggest that these tunnels may have served as a hiding place for Templar-related treasures before they were transported to the New World. The underground area is massive and represents the skills necessary to construct chambers, vaults, or rooms that could hold treasure. The original cisterns were designed for water collection and control, with two connected archetypes and a small connecting tunnel linking both reservoirs. This was done in 1570, in response to the Great Siege. On Oak Island, it is not quite so easy to explain, but perhaps some answers lie within. Lagena and his team have found a waterproofing method in tunnels created by the Knights of Malta that matches the reported design of the original Oak Island money pit. Blue clay, a grayish-bluish rock, played an important role in waterproofing things, including shafts and tunnels. This waterproofing method is likely replicated in the money pit, as it was used to waterproof aqueducts and underground cisterns. The original description of the money pit, where the treasure would have resided, showed the same things as the original find, such as no cribbing and strike marks on the walls. The tight consolidated ground and competent ground were evident in the original description of the money pit. The Knights of Malta's capabilities underground are exemplified in the money pit, which was built using limestone and blue clay. The tunnels, chambers, and cisterns were built to protect their possessions and themselves during times of war. The team is traveling to Gozo, off the coast of Malta, to investigate the connection between the Knights of Malta and the Oak Island mystery. They are being transported by Lagena and Emiliano Sacchetti to the island of Gozo, where they are examining the starburst button found on Lot 5. Dennis Darmanin, a Maltese historian and leading expert on military artifacts and buttons, has been arranged to analyze the button, which is believed to be one of the oldest found on the island. Doug, the archaeologist, believes that the pattern is more likely a Spanish pattern, as some members of the Knights of Malta came from Spain. He also discovered a similar pattern in Malta, which was either worn on the waistcoat or larger sizes on their coats. The button's design was trendy and held status at the aristocratic level, making it more likely that the Knights of Malta would wear such buttons. Judy and his team are showing a picture of a uniform with a button with a swirl on it, suggesting that this button may have been worn by a member of the Knights of Malta. If Dennis Darmanin is correct, this could help prove that the order was connected to the Oak Island mystery. Rick and his team believe that looking to the past can help solve the treasure hunt and understand what lies ahead. They appreciate Dennis's insight and are grateful for his assistance. The team is exploring the connection between the Knights of Malta and the Oak Island mystery through the analysis of a starburst button found on Lot 5. Marty Lagena, his son Alex, and friend Craig Tester travel to St. Mary's University in Halifax to investigate if an antique brooch discovered on Lot 21 is partially made of gold. The brooch was found this year and examined by a gemologist. Dr. Krista Brosseau, an associate professor of chemistry with expertise in electrochemistry and metals and their chemical compositions, and her colleague Dr. Jiang Yang, are joined by Dr. Brosseau and Jiang to examine the brooch's chemical composition and determine if it is made of gold or any other precious metals. Using a high-powered scanning electron microscope, the team will magnify the brooch up to tens of thousands of times its actual size and examine its chemical composition to determine if it is made of gold or any other precious metals. The dark area is pure copper, while the bright area is gold. This marks the first piece of verified gold found on Oak Island, and it is considered an actual treasure. Marty Lagena is excited about the discovery and plans to bring in the motherlode this year. He calls a meeting in the war room to share the exciting news with his brother Rick and members of their team. Marty Lagena, his son Alex, and his friends and business partner Craig Tester are traveling to St. Mary's University to investigate the possibility of finding gold in an antique brooch on Lot 21. Rick and Marty Lagena, along with their team, have discovered their first gold on Oak Island, marking a significant development in the 223-year history of the Oak Island treasure hunt. The discovery of a brooch and lead cross, which could be older than ever thought, pushes them back farther in time than they ever thought they would see here. The 223-year-old Oak Island treasure hunt has only just begun, and the team is now conducting a new probe drilling operation from within the garden shaft by representatives from Duma Contracting Limited to look for valuables just outside the structure. The dilapidated 80-foot deep shaft, currently being refurbished by Duma, has yielded high trace evidence of gold through water testing and may also sit within mere feet of a possible treasure chamber connected to the original money pit. Marty Lagena is hoping for something very substantial in the garden shaft, which is where the treasure hunt actually begins. They hit a void in this area, which is approximately 10 feet deep. This void could be the indication of an offset chamber, or the fabled money pit treasure vault. As Dumas has reached a depth of 55 feet in the reconstruction of the garden shaft, they are about to manually probe drill a number of boreholes that will reach several feet outside of the structure, in the hopes of reaching the void and determining what it might contain. In conclusion, the discovery of gold on Oak Island marks a significant step forward in the search for answers to the Oak Island treasure hunt. The team from Dumas is using a powerful hydraulic earth drill to probe the garden shaft, using 12 holes at different angles to look for evidence of man-made workings and potential valuables. They are drilling through the tight lining of the shafts, cutting through a small piece of wood on every hole. This wood has been detected as having high gold values in the area. The team is interested in the wood samples and soil samples, and Rick is going to bring them to Emma to dig them out. Emma has shared some news about the gold in the wood, which is surprising. The wood samples, extracted from a depth of 55 feet inside the garden shaft, contain high trace evidence of gold. The degree of accuracy of this gold is 100%, and it is adhered to the organic material, the wood, at 0.11%. This is a big number as it is a significant amount of gold. The team is excited about the potential gold in the wood and the potential for further exploration. They plan to test the outside of the shaft with water samples, which they believe will indicate the presence of gold. The team is determined to find the gold and continue their investigation. The team is working on a gold discovery in the money pit area, with the goal of finding gold. The results are incredible and gobsmacking, and the team is determined to continue with the water to cross-check other samples and see if they can duplicate them. They are hopeful that they could be close to the actual treasure, and they are working together to pull it all together. Charles Barkhouse and geologist Terry Matheson are closely monitoring the drilling of borehole DN 11.5, which has reached the possible treasure zone between 80 and 120 feet deep. They are getting closer to the discovery, as they have broken through something at about 90 feet below grade. This void is within the treasure zone, which is known for high gold values due to trapped air and voids in the area. Rick and Marty are now on pause, and they are discussing how to proceed. They have found a void in the DN 11.5 that seems to line up with DN 12.5 and DN 13.5, all of which hit a structure at 94 feet below grade. Mike hitting this void at about 90 feet indicates that they may be at the top of the tunnel. The team has recently encountered a believed tunnel at this same depth in 2 other nearby boreholes that line up with the garden shaft. This suggests that they may be at the top of the tunnel. The team is excited about the potential for gold in the money pit area and is determined to learn from lost opportunities and continue their search for the truth. A team of researchers working on a treasure hunt in the Oak Island area. They are searching for a tunnel that may lead to the discovery of a large amount of gold within the baby blob. The team is determined to find the treasure at the bottom of the garden shaft, and they have obtained X-ray fluorescence spectrometer, XRF, results from DN 11.5. The XRF results indicate that the tunnel is indeed a tunnel and points towards the garden shaft. The wood sample recovered from borehole DN 11.5, which came from a believed tunnel 90 feet deep, was dried out and scanned using XRF. The results showed small quantities of iron, manganese, titanium, calcium, potassium, and aluminum, all of which are expected materials from the Oak Island area. However, they also found a significant amount of gold, which is a very big outlier. This unique result from the application of the concept in 2 different modes, in the wood and in the water, could potentially connect the team to where the treasure may be and a direction they need to go. The gold sampling of the water and wood is expected to carry the day this year, as it could lead to a location where exploratory drilling or digging can be conducted. The hope is that this might be the start of an evidence trail that is as important as the water sampling has been so far. The team assures the team that they will provide more samples in the lab, and they will continue to work on finding the treasure. The team is determined to find the treasure at the bottom of the garden shaft and use the XRF results to determine its location and potential direction. The team is hopeful that their findings will lead to the discovery of the treasure at the bottom of the garden shaft, and they are committed to providing more samples to help them make informed decisions.